Huh.
Yeah.
And this is a level 8. So I like the level 8s. And they're like, at least I find for you and me, that's something like...
Kind of doable.
Yeah, doable for us.
Welcome to episode 48. Subscribe and like. We're giving away a shirt today.
We are. See our new shirts? I think, have we worn these yet? I think we maybe.
Brand new.
New, yes. With the like newly designed Puzzle Master logo for our show here. We want to do a giveaway. How many shirts should we give away?
How many?
2?
We'll give away 2.
2?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll give
I like
away
that.
2.
Okay, so what do we want them to do? Comment?
Oh man, yeah. Leave us a joke maybe if you got some puzzle themed joke.
Puzzle themed joke. I like that.
Man.
I like that.
I'm ready to be impressed.
Okay, so give us a puzzle themed joke. Now, are we going to choose the best one, or are we going to do? Are we going to just draw out of a
maybe
hat?
we'll read them out in an episode and then see what gets the best laughs.
Well, yeah, we'll read out some of our favorites, and we'll see. I like that. That's good. That's good. So, okay, 2 shirts. We'll ship them to you. We did the hat giveaway.
Yeah.
So, and then in the episode where we gave it away, the hats, we said, hey, send us a video of yourself like wearing the hat. We got some. So
what?
Tony hasn't even seen these yet, so we're just gonna watch them here.
Did both people?
No, just the one so far. Yeah, it's this guy Martin Fotos Martin Photo Show.
Okay, and then we'll put it like up in the corner, like right here, right?
Yeah, we'll throw it on there. Yeah, we'll throw it
okay.
on. But okay, so this is the first one, right here.
Oh,
see?
Hello, Tony and Tyler.
It's from the Netherlands.
Welcome to the Netherlands. Amersfoort. Thank you for the hat. And I'm going to be solving a puzzle called Karakuri Cube 2.
Okay, so
nice.
he shows us a picture. It's like he's in front of this castle in the Netherlands. Hey,
yeah,
like crazy.
Like a river that flows under it.
And so not only did he send us a video of him wearing the hat, he sent us a puzzle solution. So he solves the Karakuri Cube. Karakuri Cube 2.
Puzzle.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's awesome. So thank you, Martin. That is so cool. We love it.
Nice.
Not that difficult.
Yeah, I've never actually seen this Karakuri one, so it looks pretty
I
sweet.
think there's 4 of them.
Yeah, this is the second one. So yeah, he does a solve. So we'll throw it up there for you guys. You guys can watch this stuff.
Cool.
And meet Martin. Thank you, Martin. We really appreciate that. Love the feedback. Man, I'd love to go to a castle in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a little response from our hat video. And so let's do the same thing with the shirts, man. You win a shirt, like send us a video of you wearing it. Send us a video of you solving a puzzle. We'll throw it up there, man, and give you a shout out on the episode. So
cool.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Nice.
Thank you, Martin. We'll still wait. I think he won the solid, like the yeah. So
cool.
Hey, whoever won the snapback, I think that was
waiting on a video.
Yeah, we'd love to see a video. So send us even a video of you solving it, man, or something. So that's that. Now, second part here, we've got a lot of fun stuff to do today. So a lot of stuff Tony actually doesn't know about. I wanted to surprise him with a few things. So we had showed in the what was it? The Online Buzz. We talked about some shoes.
Oh yeah,
the Rubix shoes.
Yeah.
Guess what we have? Whoa. The Rubix shoes. We ordered them, and they're in. So okay, let's unbox this first. Da, 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 da. Oh, there we go.
So cool.
Yeah. So even with like the Rubix paper, I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, the Rubix shoes,
Crazy.
like the ultimate dad shoe. So you had talked when we had shown this that you'd envision like your dad, the puzzle master Alan, barbecuing in these.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what you want to do with them, but they're Alan's size apparently.
Oh yeah, they are.
So we got them in his size. And so I was thinking like Tony would just at home one day or whatever.
For Christmas.
Whatever you want to do with these. What do you want to do with them? Like it's up to you.
The little blocks.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And the laces there. So yeah, we got a pair of these. I don't know if you want to gift them to him, send a video of him
Hilarious.
like barbecuing or something, walking around the house. I don't know.
Dad lifing.
Yeah, so I'll leave these with you.
That's awesome.
And you do what you want with them. So Rubik's shoes, I think those are super funky.
That's hilarious.
So yeah, like I said, lots of fun stuff in today's episode. Let's get into some puzzles though. Yeah. We've talked about a lot of other things. So today we've got 3.
Pelikan came with some new stuff.
New stuff, yeah. What do you want to start with?
We'll go with Galette. This is the first one that we found that comes in multiple packages.
Yeah, that was interesting, I thought.
Yeah, Tyler always hates when they come solved, so this one...
Oh, man. Yeah, tell me about it, hey? This one definitely does not come solved. Classic Pelikan quality on these, though. Like, just nicely finished, nicely done. I thought this one was unique because I've never seen a puzzle from Pelikan of this shape.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one hole in the side, and that's it.
Galette, not Gillette, like the razor.
I was thinking like
Galette. Galette. I don't know what that means. So, this has how many pieces?
It says 5.
5 pieces.
5.
Okay. And this is an
Tetramino. That's a new word for me today.
Tetramino? What does that mean?
Tetramino.
Tetramino?
It's on the website, man. I assume it's some kind of Tetris terminology.
And so this is from Osanori Yamamoto.
That's the guy.
I like Osanori stuff. And this is kind of like his style, right? These like packing puzzles like this, pieces. And this one stood out to me just because it had a unique box that you're putting into. Most of those other ones are more like a square or like bigger. This is just like one layer.
Put something in that hole there, right?
Yeah. What are you trying to do?
I was thinking about like what piece would fit in this one.
My thing is always, what can you feed in there? Hey, like that? Can you feed? See, none of these other ones will go in. So like, there's only, I think this is your last piece. I bet you that's your last piece right there. And you pack everything else around it. Because this is the one that can't, this one actually can't go through, right? This one actually can't get in there.
Does this fit?
But then you'd have to have a, how can you make it straight? You have to almost in this one have to, because there's no, yeah, it's all big open square or rectangle in there. So you'd have to make it so that this
line coming out.
Yeah. And it has to be, it's 4, so it'd have to be 4 deep on that. And then how many this way? It's only 2, so it's 2 on each side by 4 to get it in there. Do you want to try solve it? I'm having trouble getting this LP. Man,
no, I want to get on to the other one.
Okay. Well, I'm okay. Put this aside. I can't get that out. Yeah. So Galette, level 8 from Pelikan designer Osanori Yamamoto.
Yeah, it does come in 2 wooden flavors.
Does it?
It does. Yeah. Really? 2 different combos. Yeah.
Okay. So that's like the purple heart and the other one's maybe like
Wenge or opal.
Yeah, Wenge is usually the other one, like something darker for the middle pieces. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Next.
That's the one.
This one.
Euklid for Nick.
Euklid for Nick. So now, this is what, the 3rd in the Euklid series? There's the Euklid for kids,
Euklid
and this is Euklid for Nick.
Yeah, Nick Baxter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, I liked, man, these Euklid puzzles have been good. That Euklid for kids, that was solid. I really liked that one.
Okay, there is backstory to this one though too.
Yeah.
I guess these guys, the Dr. Volker Latussek.
Volker Latussek. Yeah, he does.
That's the guy.
He's one of the other companies uses a lot of this.
3 different colors.
Yeah, look at that. Purple and then they're red. I like that.
So I guess him and this Nick Baxter guy have been friends for like 20 years. He told them that there's one solution for the Euklid, the first in the series, and he found like 20 solutions for it.
What? So Nick Baxter did?
Yep, Nick Baxter did, yeah. So they had a bet or something, and he was like, you have to name your next puzzle after me.
So this is the...
Yeah, so this is the Euklid for Nick.
Euklid for Nick. Naming results of a lost bet.
A lost bet, you betcha.
I know. Okay. Cool. So you got to pack them all in, and like the other ones, you got to pack it in so it's like flush with the top.
Yeah. And
right?
okay, so the other one went in like diagonally, right?
What do you mean?
The last one?
The Euklid for kids?
Yeah.
The Euklid for kids was the one. Remember, you had to put that piece in, and then it dropped and flipped. Oh yeah, and that edge was like the problem. And then there's so much weird stuff in like. So then there'd be some weird. See, I like these. I think I like packing puzzles. I mean, I'm really starting to get into some of these packing puzzles.
Let's start putting them sideways.
Yeah. See, that's the other thing. There's so many different orientations because of the shape of this. You can do it the tall way, the sideways like that. Like there's multiple. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway.
So that's Euklid for Nick, level 9.
Third.
It's the hardest one of the 3 we got today.
Cool.
Designed by Dr. Volker Latussek. He does, I think Rombo uses a lot of his designs.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
That's 2. Last one, the big one.
Yeah.
So this one, I like this. It's called Alligator.
Yeah.
It's a bird puzzle. Stefan Baumiger. And the thing about this one, hey, you look at it on the site, and this is a pretty like straightforward look for a lot of puzzles, but I imagined on the site, it's hard to tell, at least from the initial picture, how big the puzzle is. This one's pretty big. Like, this is a hefty puzzle.
Yeah.
And
I got giant hands too, so
I do.
This is
a big puzzle. Like we put rulers on there. Like there's rulers on our site, the pictures, right? So you can tell by the ruler, I guess, but seeing it in person is another thing.
Did you look at this one much?
I didn't. You were playing with it before we shot, right?
Yeah, kind of cool. So you can see that they're offset pieces, but they're offset on opposite sides.
Right. So there's a bigger,
small...
there's a fat end and a small end, and then they offset and fit together.
Yeah. So you can kind of get them all starting to. I'll see if I can get you the one that shows the design on the inside, because there's something kind of.
So it's not just a straight.
No. There's a mechanism on the inside, which I think is like what they would consider the alligator, if I can show it here. But it is on the inside. You see it?
Oh, there. There's an alligator hidden. This is that one.
Yeah,
I've seen this. So I've seen this on one of Puzzle Guy's videos. I've seen the alligator. So
there you can see the ribs a little bit.
Yeah, so there's a little alligator piece inside there. So we'll throw a picture of that. We'll throw a picture of the alligator in the corner here.
Super cool.
Okay.
This has been selling like crazy, and that's probably why. Like that's a super cool design. Like there's a even better way to see it there.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's a lighter color wood, right, on the inside.
Yeah.
And so he is
like
hidden
in there.
In there. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Now here's the other thing I noticed on here, and maybe am I not? It looked like these pieces weren't cut. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Some of them are not cut out of one piece of wood. So there's a cut mark there. Yeah, he must have added. I don't know why that would be. Maybe that's like something.
I think it's just with the offset pieces. Like you would cut everything to this size and then put these spacers in after.
Yeah, but this is cool. I really like that. So you got to release the alligator, get him out.
And putting it together around that alligator is way harder.
Yeah, that's really neat. I like that puzzle. Yeah. Alligator, level 8. That's from Stefan Baumiger. That is those 3.
Pumpkins news.
Yeah, and we'll have some more. There's another one with like a mushroom coming out of the top. I think that's Stefan Baumiger too. Yeah, so there's a few. We'll do another episode here with Pelikan stuff. Come around to that. So yeah, let's. Usually we would do Aaron's anomalies here. We're going to do something different today. Like I said, there's lots of fun surprises in today's episode. We got a hold of some videos from Israel IPP. So it's the International Puzzle Party. It says the Israel portion of that.
Okay.
So they shot video.
Wasn't that supposed to be this year?
I don't know. Is that like where? So IPP was supposed to be in Israel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then COVID got to it.
That's what this. Yeah. So that's what this is from. This is the Israel IPP. It was supposed to happen this year. Yeah, I think they did a video thing. So this is what this is. They shot video, and they shot video with Mr. They interviewed Mr. Oskar van Deventer. They shot a video with him, and he kind of tours them around his shop and talks a bit about how he does some of his stuff. He does some 3D printing stuff. Talks a bit about that. Now, in a previous episode, he had mentioned to us the design of like. Those 3D printed wood ones we had, where they the inside isn't solid. It's like a zigzag pattern. In this video, he actually talks and shows you that. So I think we'll do these in multiple parts because it's some pretty long videos. But we just wanted to thank the Israel IPP group that let us use this, and we wanted to thank Oskar for letting us use this video in here. We just had to talk to them and get their permission to do it. So cool. This is really cool. A little behind the scenes footage with Mr. Oskar van Deventer. Enjoy.
So the title is, as you had already heard, 3D printing puzzles in wood. And I thought it would be fun to just make a 3D print in wood that has the title of my presentation. It took like an hour to print. So the back panel is 3D printed oak, and the darker brown color is 3D printed mahogany. Anyway, let's move on. I will first tell you a bit about the machine and the material. I will present more than 30 3D printed puzzles in wood, and finally we'll take José's camera, and I'll show you around in Studio Oskar, of which you see here also a photo of the entrance. So let's first have a look at the machine and the material. So how I got to this printer was actually, it started as always with George Miller. You know, George has introduced me into 3D printing, and he really insisted that I should have a 3D printer. So he brought me one, and he didn't bring it from Florida, but he took it all around the world, around South America. He brought it to Antarctica. And then from there, ultimately, he brought it to my house. Well, surprisingly, it still worked a bit. So George and I, we made some test prints, but the thing clogged all the time and it was failing the settings. So at that time, a Dutch guy named Robert Bakker contacted me. He's the guy that you can see here on the photo. I hope you can see my cursor. But anyway, he developed a 3D printer for schools, and he said, well, you should have my 3D printer because you will have lots less trouble. So you see the photo on the right. It's a very compact and open 3D printer. So it has a build volume of 20 by 20 by 20 centimeter. And but still it's quite compact. You see the 20 by 20 centimeter, the 20 centimeters also the width of the whole machine. So it was made for schools, so it's compact and open, so all the children can see how the printer works. And what makes this thing special is that it has no calibration and leveling. For those of you who have a 3D printer, you know the burden that every time you lift or move the 3D printer or somebody bumps into it, you have to calibrate it again. You have to level the build plate. Well, this one has been made very rugged. So the vertical rods and the horizontal rods, I don't know how these are sort of guide rails, but they're highly accurate and they are highly strong. There is no way that they will bend. And actually, Robert Bakker, he one time dropped the machine onto the floor, and afterward it was still printing fine, no problem. So it was really made that rugged. And to demonstrate how rugged it is, he made a demo video which I'll show you right now. So what you're seeing here is he mounted the thing on his bicycle, and he ran it up a dike. I hope you can see it. And he didn't do this only once, but then he went up again and he did it twice. And he did even a third time. And even after 3 times running it off the dike, the thing was still printing, and the print didn't show anything, any problem. So yeah, this is really impressive. So this is really demonstrating, if you're looking for a rugged printer that can take a lot of abuse, then this is probably what you're looking for. So let's have a look at the machine itself. One of the things is, of course, the business end, that is the hot end. And what is special about the hot end is you have the material that's going in cold, and they have a fan and a heat break to keep the material cold all the way till the hot end. So above here you have the heat break and the cooling system. The material comes in cool, then it gets heated to more than 200 degrees Celsius, and then here you have a fan with a nozzle that disperses the air, that cools off the material immediately to that it's solid again. So in that way you go from cold, hot, cold in like a fraction of a second. One of the other things that's very nice of this machine is it has a magnetic bed. So here you see the Marcus ball, which I'll present to you later. It's sticking to the bed, and you can just peel it off, get the material off, and then put the magnet bed back onto the machine. Everything is calibrated and works again. So, and here in this photo you see the spool of wood, and let's go to the material here. So there are the supplier that I have has at this moment a supply of 5 types of 3D printable wood: birch, mahogany, oak, greenwood and blackwood. So here you see all the 5 colors, and what you see here is a filament dryer. At one occasion I had a problem with filament that was somehow it had absorbed some moist, and you can hear that because when you're printing then you hear these little steam explosions in your hot end, and that's usually not good for the print and also for the machine. So I put it into the dryer. By the way, you can also use it to make beef jerky, but anyway I dried it and it worked. And I'm using the 3D printed wood at such a rate that usually it doesn't get any time to get moist. So Ilan already said, well, how the hell can you print wood? And of course this is not real wood. It is 80% transparent PLA, and PLA is a biodegradable plastic that's used a lot in 3D printers because it has a very low melting point. So you can print it at 180 to 200 degrees Celsius, and one of its disadvantages is that when you have it in Death Valley, where temperatures sometimes go over 50 degrees Celsius, it can already get a bit melty. I don't know, there is some temperature where it becomes a bit rubbery, the material. So what you are also seeing is, in this example, this bowl, we are using breakaway support. So this is a clever trick developed already quite a few years ago. You print the material together with the support, so it goes layer by layer. What's more about this material? Well, first of all, there is no clogging, no warping and no misprints, and this is very surprising because as George has learned the hard way, it's very easy to make misprints. And with PLA, if you do anything wrong, if the material is slightly, well, has some water in it or something else, you get the clogging and you get the misprint. So also, there is no warping. So for the usual PLA material, if you print a layer on top of a layer, then the bottom layer has already cooled down. And then the layer that comes on top, it shrinks a bit while it cools down, and it wants to pull up the bottom layer. So when you're printing a square, then typically you get these pulled up corners, and sometimes the printer even bumps into these warps, and then you get a misprint. However, this material, because of its flexibility, it doesn't warp. So when you print something that's a square, you get a flat square and not something warped. You also see from this piece that there is the so-called gyroid infill. This is a pattern that's a bit wavy in all directions, and it makes it the pieces very strong, but still light. So the specific density of printed parts is much less than real wood because there's so much air in it. What makes it also nice is it looks like wood. Well, sort of. We will have a debate about that later. But anyway, it feels like wood. It slides like wood. You can cut it with a saw like wood. You can sand it like wood. You can stain it like wood. You can you can do many of the things that you would be doing to finish wood. And also, when you smell the material, it smells a bit like burnt wood. And as you can see from this 3D print, you have a very smooth surface. So you see this piece where I've been making dovetails, and the dovetails come out clean. And once it comes out of the printer, you can immediately start assembling the puzzle.
Okay, I just ran downstairs to go get something, and some brand new puzzles came in. We're not going to shoot them today, a whole bunch, but we just want to show you a quick little peek. These like literally just came in, shipment came in. They're these cool steampunk puzzles. We're not going to go into these far. Just show a quick little peek. Look at this.
Whoa.
Metal. I don't even know what this is. That.
Wow.
That one's a USB stick apparently.
This is a USB stick?
That's a USB stick. Cryptex.
Huh.
Okay, so that's it. Just wanted to show you guys that. Literally just came in. We'll do them next week on the episode. Episode 40, what are we on, 48?
48.
49 next week. So yeah, just a little teaser for you. Next week we'll shoot those. But let's get into the online buzz.
The online buzz.
Okay, so online buzz. I was watching, I don't know if we've talked about this guy before, but I think it's a fairly new channel that I've come across. A guy named Xanadoo. We talked about Xanadoo? I don't know. Xanadoo. So the one that caught my eye actually of his videos was he went into some of the Metal Earth stuff. So that's this. He does the Metal Earth Mandalorian. No, Mandalorian? No, Metal Earth Boba Fett. Metal Earth Boba Fett. He kind of does it. The Mandalorian's coming out this week with new season. So he was doing that. These are metal puzzles that just kind of go together. I want to show you a couple of these that we have. I didn't have the Boba Fett one here, or we didn't, but that's the Star Wars R2-D2 C-3PO. They stand pretty tall. Yeah. You put them together, little tabs you fold over. There's no screws or anything, and you make these metal models.
They actually have some super cool designs.
They do. These are, yeah. So that one's Star Wars. This is Game of Thrones. What do you like? Like, which ones do you
They have the antique car line that they do in this is pretty wild. Yeah. Any of the like spaceships from Star Trek, Star Wars, whatever it would have been. The Transformers ones are pretty wild.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a ton of these.
They're super cool. So yeah, Xanadu does the Metal Earth Boba Fett. So
nice.
That's those. He also he doesn't have a lot of videos, but another one that stood out to me was the Orion puzzle box. Remember those? It's that Etsy stuff from Infinite Loop Games. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's off of Etsy. I think we found it, but Orion, he does it's the big one.
Yep.
So he does that. Really good video too. So check those out. Next, we talked about Oskar. You guys watched the interview with him in this episode. He has a new one that came out. So he's doing a bunch of 3D printing stuff, and Oskar does some really unique stuff. He has a 3D printed combination box is what he calls it. So it's this like, it's got like legs on the, or like feet on the side, and then there's like a combination lock in the middle where you're spinning it, and then it's that 3D printed wood that he does.
Oh
so
this was that video that you were looking at.
Yeah, I was watching it. Tony kind of saw it. And so on the end is plastic pieces, and then I guess you're trying to figure it is a puzzle. It's not just a combination thing. You're trying to figure out what the combination is. And so the pieces on the end, which are plastic, are glow in the dark. So you like
gotta glow in the dark.
Yeah, you put it in dark, and then it shows you the combination on the side too. I forget what it was even, but really neat. I thought that was pretty cool. Another like twist on the puzzle. So you put it in, it opens up. And then there's a whole storage compartment inside of there. And it even shows the mechanism, which it's actually pretty simple. It's like this tube cut in half with screws put into it. And then on each of the rings is like grooves that line up with those screws that'll eventually allow it to like separate. So it's really neat. Oskar does some crazy stuff. So like that was quite cool. I thought that was neat. I always feel jealous too watching his videos because he's like, I forget where he's from. Is he from the Netherlands?
He's from the Netherlands.
He's outside. It's beautiful weather. Birds are chirping, man. And meanwhile, we're here and it's minus
It's getting snow.
20 and like gross. So yeah, good videos. Check out Oskar's channel on YouTube. And last but not least, Puzzled Wolf. Now we've talked about Puzzled Wolf before on here. I guess he hadn't put a video out for a while. So he did one called the Hat Trick. I hadn't seen it before. I don't think we've had it. It's from a designer I've never actually even heard of called Laszlo Molnar. And
that's an awesome name, man.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was a sweet name. And so what this does, it's a packing puzzle. It's a box, and then it looks really neat. It kind of looked like the Pelikan stuff. I actually thought it was Pelikan at first. I'm like, what is that? I've never seen that before. And there's 6 L shapes, and you just got to pack it in there. Okay. Looks really nice. It got a cool design to it. Like I said, it literally looked like the Pelikan stuff. So yeah, Hat Trick packing puzzle from Laszlo Molnar. That's Puzzled Wolf. Check him out. He does some really good stuff on his channel. So yeah, that's the online buzz for today.
Cool.
Awesome. So where can they go?
I had one surprise for you.
You do? Tony's got something.
Do you remember we watched that video a while ago? We finally got the treasure box in.
Yes.
The treasure
that treasure
box.
shot, the 3D printed one.
We got the other one.
There's
here.
There's another one?
No, you remember that hexagon one that we liked?
Oh, the other from that
from that video that
so
we watched.
Mr. Puzzle had like the 2 puzzles. That's in.
Yeah, so it got here yesterday evening, actually.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So what, next week?
Next week
We'll shoot that, and we'll shoot these steampunk metal puzzles. Oh, that's gonna be a good one. That puzzle is mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That's cool. We got it here at Puzzle Master, I guess. So that's awesome.
All right. Like, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Do we got other stuff?
Just subscribe, do our email list.
On
the page, our webpage. Go to puzzlemaster.ca, man.
Yeah, and think up some great puzzle jokes.
Yeah, puzzle jokes for shirts. So on this video, comment best puzzle jokes. We'll read out some of the best ones and kind of determine who's going to get the 2 shirts.
Cool.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a great week.